I'm not a lawyer and I can't give any kind of legal, business, medical advice. Man, I hope to God that these churches sue the fuck out of the governments that prevented churches from congregating after the outbreak of the air quotes coronavirus. I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's a bioweapon. I don't know what it is, man. And I know that governments lie to people. So we'll call it COVID-19 for the moment. And I've seen the case studies and the data. And I've also seen some conflicting information. So I don't really know where it came from. I know what the government wants for people to believe. But I also know that the government tells a lot of fucking stories, and often those stories don't add up. So, but we'll go with COVID-19 for right now, for the moment. Yeah, so at the moment, this virus called COVID-19, assuming that it's not a bioweapon. So, yeah, I'm reading this article right here. Fox News, quote, DOJ, expect action on government regulation of religious services amid COVID-19 outbreak. Again, this is from 42 minutes ago, published, Fox News, by Michael Ruiz. Quote, DOJ, expect action on government regulation of religious services amid COVID-19 outbreak. For people who just kind of passively listen and they're not really fucking woke as they ought to be, ideally, what the title means is that the Department of Justice, at least some within the Department of Justice, have decided to take action against state and local governments. DOJ, that's the Department of Justice. There are folks in the Department of Justice, DOJ, who have said that action will be taken against state and local governments that have violated the rights of Americans who have the right to congregate with their religious faiths. You see, I, Once Grove, have been talking about this now for over a month. These wayward, rogue, untoward, piece of shit, nefarious, dubious governors have shut down their states' economies. And they did so not really, truly, honestly for public safety, because I have seen data that shows that the whole mitigation thing doesn't really stop the coronavirus per se. And that the world is still very much medieval, in part due to the lack of understanding of modern medieval scientists. I'll give you an example. Grocery store. It decides to close one side entrance of the grocery store as opposed to another entrance. So there are two entrances to a grocery store. Instead of being able to go through two entrances, one on that side and one on that side, now some of these fucking rejects have closed one side. So you ask the question, excuse me, management of this grocery store, why did you close the one side? Why are there not two sides like there always and forever have been? Why is one side now closed? Oh, that's to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. And I'm like, you do understand that 100 years from now, humans will look back at you as a primitive medieval baboon. You do understand that, right? And that none of what you're saying is logical, and it makes absolutely no real mathematical, scientific fucking sense. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not the manager. That's just what we were told to do. And then you got some fucking buddy outside, like, counting the number of people who are in the store. And in some cases, you have to, like, sign up to get in line in a queue. And I'm like, really? Really? Humans have gone stupid. Humans have gone fucking spastic reject. Okay, didn't they say the thing was airborne? So if it's airborne, none of what you're doing is stopping this shit from running its course, for the most part. Now, if you play along with the feds and you jump through the hoops and go through the motions and you play along with the charade, they're going to pat you on the back and they're going to applaud you and they're going to say, we thank you so much. Hats off to you, Americans, for doing what we asked. We know that this mitigation and distancing, social distancing, that it's all worked in concert, in combination, to help prevent the spread of, no, it fucking really, truly has not. Shut up and stop lying to the people. God damn. It's like Westworld gone haywire. It's like a bunch of broken fucking animatronic robots. Yes, I understand. Humans aren't robots. I said it's like. That is similar to motherfucking Westworld, the fucking show. God damn. Oh, sir, we closed the one side. Right, you closed one side of the store. You still haven't explained how scientifically, mathematically, that fucking means anything other than you're a stupid fucking peon who doesn't know shit other than medieval, dark, primitive, non-fucking sensical pseudoscience. And you see people doing that shit. I read the article like 3 days ago, that's 72 hours ago, where some doctor expert said he doesn't even know why people are wearing fucking gloves. And he was talking about how, or she, if you wear gloves, the coronavirus, it adheses much easier to gloves than it does to your actual skin, where you could just like wash off the coronavirus and use sanitizers and all this soaps and all these types of things. Whereas with the gloves that you see all these fucking people wearing, the coronavirus will stick to that shit. And then all you're really doing with the gloves is you're taking clusters of the coronavirus and you're putting them everywhere. Like a fucking trap everywhere. Like little traps laid everywhere. And the shit, was it the U.S. military scientists, some group of experts, they found the coronavirus like 11 days later. 11 days later, alive on some surface fucking somewhere. And the shit with its spike protein is supposed to be supposedly also airborne. So if it's airborne, okay, and you close one fucking side of the store, did you stop it from coming into the airspace of the other entrance? No! It's on people's gloves in your fucking store, and it's creeping through the fucking door every time it's open, despite the fact that you closed one fucking entrance, you fucking idiots! That being said, most people have mild fucking symptoms, so they closed all these churches and all these different faith-based centers where folks can congregate ordinarily, historically. And what I say to that is that persons, this is just my professional opinion as a U.S. American born and raised citizen. What does it say right here in this article? What does it say right here? It says right here in this article, quote, while social distancing policies are appropriate during this emergency, they must be applied even-handedly and not single out religious organizations. End quote. DOJ Director of Communications Carrie Kupik tweeted. And that is all one quote from this article, Fox News. Okay? That might seem relatively trivial so far. until I get down here to the actual law, which it says, quote, freedom of religion is the first of the 5 freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment. Again, quote, freedom of religion is the first of the 5 freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment. And then it goes on to say, quote, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Again, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. End quote. And if you go and read this article here, again, Fox News, DOJ expect action on government regulation of religious services amid COVID-19 outbreak. These people like Larry Hogan and Ralph Northam and all the different stupid fucking un-American, yeah, I said it, un-American governors. I don't give a fuck what their story is. I work in government as a government contractor, civilian, technical expert. I know the coronavirus is dangerous. I have never once said that it is not, whatever the fuck it really truly is. I also know when Americans' freedoms are being encroached upon. And I also know when the government is being deceptive and providing lip service and using these types of scenarios as a pretext with which to exercise un-American motherfucking powers. And that's what's happening. And I hope that all these churches and all these faith-based groups, I hope they sue the shit out of these motherfucking states that infringed upon and that encroached upon their freedoms. And I hope that the Supreme Court and these high courts, I hope they rain down on these piece of shit fucking governors and their stupid motherfucking administrations that played along. The shit they're doing right now is antithetical of America. And I hope these governors don't just get a slap on the wrist. I hope they're removed from office indefinitely.